Okay, this is the 4th time that I'm doing this. So, we have a bunch of questions in our inbox, and Shannon and I have just been crazy busy lately, and we haven't been able to do very many vlogs. So, I just want to do one really quick to answer. We have some questions in our inbox that are all kind of the same. And this is not going to be a fun answer for you guys. We've had a lot of teenagers asking the same sorts of questions. How do I have sex when my parents don't want me to, and I don't have anywhere else to go? And the answer to that, we've answered this question a couple of times before. It's in the archives if you want to go back, and the answer to it is if you have access to a car, you can do it in your car, and you drive around and you find a secluded place, and you hope that the cops don't bust you. And you can pitch a tent in the backyard, you can fake like you're going to a friend's house. There's a lot of things that you can do. None of them are totally legit, and basically what it comes down to, although we believe in empowerment and we believe that if you are legally capable of giving consent, which means that you are of age in whatever your state, county, country, whatever, and everybody is legal and you're doing so willingly and soberly and consciously, we believe that you should be able to make that decision. And you should. Now, acting on that decision is a whole other thing. And when you live in someone's house and you are not paying rent and you are still being raised as though you are a child, you can't, it's sort of the rules of the house. So, you know that whole, like, not while you're under my roof thing? It sucks, but it is what it is. So, I guess our final answer on this one is, for the how do I have sex when my parents don't want me to, is either figure it out or don't. I know, it's a sucky answer to a tricky question, but we don't have a magic wand that we can wave and make your parents be totally cool with you getting down while you're still living with them. The little bit of advice I can give you is that, you know, probably if you're old enough to be thinking about sex, you're not that far off from 18. I know that 3 or 4 years feels like a super long time when you're 15, 16 years old, but it's really not. I moved out when I was 16 because I didn't want to abide by my parents' rules, and I didn't like how they were telling me to live my life, and it was a terrible decision because then I had to pay rent, and I had to pay for my electricity, and I had to buy light bulbs, which I didn't even know was a thing that you needed to do, and, you know, I ate nothing but spaghetti and ramen for like a year and a half, and Shannon and I lived in creepy neighborhoods because that was what we could afford, and it was a bad idea. The whole thing was a bad idea. So I encourage you to stay living with your parents for as long as humanly possible. If they are willing to keep you in their home, stay there and follow their rules. And it sucks, but you will be better off in the long run. The more education that you can get without having to pay for rent and worry about how you're going to feed yourself, the better off you are. And if the trade-off there is that you don't get to get down as often as you want to, you know, there's plenty of time for sex once you've graduated college. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, is that there's going to be plenty of time for sex once you've graduated college. Oh, they have this fun little, what is, so yeah, a not super fun answer, but we have a lot of them in our inbox right now, and so I wanted to make sure I answered it. Shannon and I have been super busy. That's why we haven't been posting vlogs, and we've kind of cut back on how often we're posting on the blog in general, just because we're both working super hard right now. I'm getting ready to move out of Alaska and back to Las Vegas, and Shannon is sewing costumes for a bunch of little kids to put on a play. And so she's up for sainthood, and yeah, life is just crazy. But we appreciate you guys sticking with us, and we're going to try to keep doing these vlogs. I will probably do some from the road during my road trip. I'm driving down the Alcan and all through Canada. So maybe you'll be seeing more of my face and less of my words, because that will be easier, I imagine. So, it's been real. Listen to your parents. Sorry this is boring and not what you wanted to hear. But we heart you. Take care.